Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and here for episode 3 of Sunday League to Champions League, we have games at home against Farnborough and away against Hemel Hempsted. As you can see, we've switched around a little bit in terms of tactics. We tried a gegenpress, it just didn't work out for us. We don't have the quality for it. So then we changed to a Route 1 style 4-4-2. We got our first win of the campaign, but then lost badly in the game after that. And again, we looked really poor in that. We had 3 or 4 players that rated less than a 6 in that game. So we did have to change it up again. And we've gone back to a 4-3-3, but we are a lot more conservative. We're not pressing a lot, and in terms of the actual tactical shape, we have been a little bit more rigid in the midfield. So we've got an anchor man in there as well, with 2 straight up wingers and a target forward, and we're going route 1 still, but it's customised so that the keeper is the man that's doing the long ball, and then all of the players in the midfield, etc., are there for the support. And since we've been on this tactic, we haven't conceded a goal. We've had 2 0-0 draws, and we've not been playing too badly. Farnborough are in 16th place. They are 2 points ahead of us at the moment after 6 matches. Like I say, we've only won the one game against Welling, which was a really good result for us, but we need to just pick ourselves up a little bit. And every game's winnable at this level, in my opinion. And we have got things to work on still for sure. We did manage to sell a player. We didn't sell him for any money, but he has left on a free transfer, so it freed up some wage budget. And we are hoping to bring 2 players in. So one thing I didn't realise is that the transfer window is permanently open until the 30th of March. So we can hopefully create a little bit of money generation with other cup cup competitions and whatnot. So hopefully we can keep the club afloat in relation to financially. We are looking at 2 new signings at the moment, but Farnborough, since we've gone in for these 2 players, Farnborough have also bid for them. So I'm hoping we can get a good result today, and it will help convince these 2 players to join. We're looking at bringing in a new striker, and we're also looking at bringing in another centre back. We do need midfield options as well, but we've just not got the financial backing. But these 2 players are current ability of 4.5 to 5 star for this level. So I think if we can bring them in, it would be a huge statement for the club to be able to do so, and hopefully we will be able to improve the squad drastically in that manner. As Fernandez there for Farnborough with a brilliant effort, it's gone wide of the post and it remains 0-0. So in these last couple of games that have finished 0-0, we've done reasonably well defensively. Granted, the player quality isn't as good, so shots on target aren't quite as regular for any team in this league. But we have been a little bit more solid defensively. Yes, we've conceded chances, but the fact that we haven't conceded in those 2 games is a real bonus so far. But obviously, at the same time, we haven't scored either, so there is certainly room to improve as Charles looks to get in there, and it's easily cleared by the centre back. Davis into Bloomfield now, into Oyanuga on this right hand side for Farnborough. They've dominated the game for chances so far. Eckers does really well to claim, and he's looking to deliver this forward, looking for Charles straight down the middle. Loco again dominating Charles in the air. Reed does well to win possession back, but it didn't last very long. And Bloomfield does win the header, but it's only as far as our fullback Pip Blado, who is on loan, of course, from QPR in a deal that was pre-arranged before we signed. That's a brilliant ball over the top there to Newton, and Charles is there. He's clipped the post and it's gone wide, but that is a really good opportunity for us there. Like I say, we've been a little bit better defensively, but going forward, we've looked a lot more structured. And yes, we're doing a Route 1 style, and our target forward, Charles, isn't 6 foot tall, so it's going to be difficult either way, really. Um, but I'm hoping with the signing that we're looking at is got much more quality in terms of a striker in itself. So I'm hopeful if we can bring this player in, he will certainly give a much better option for us, and we'll get some more goals. I have also toyed with the idea of changing the role of Ken Charles because, like I say, he hasn't got the physicality and the height of a target forward. But at the moment, I'm just sticking to things as they are because we've drawn the last 2 games 0-0 and we've looked a little bit more solid. Here's Alidor Hamilton, has support in the penalty area, and Burton's there at the far post. Harry Burton with his 2nd goal of the season. We have a 1 goal lead here. It is a bit against the run of play, I will be honest, but a 1 goal lead. We're looking positive at least. We're creating opportunities. They've only had one shot on target, Farnborough themselves, and they've had 6 or 7 attempts at goal. We've had 2 shots, one on target, and scored it. So we've done really well in terms of our conversion rate there. A 1-0 lead at half time, a real positive at the moment. So hopefully we can continue in that manner in the second half. I'm going to tell the lads not to get complacent. We have got a lot of young players at the club, so complacency can come naturally when they're winning. So we've got to be very careful, and hopefully we can continue to press on in this second half. But Farnborough are by far the better side in this game. They do deserve to be winning, to be quite honest, but I'll take it as it comes for now. And Fernandez with a lovely goal. Michael Fernandez with a brilliant finish for Farnborough there. It's very much deserved for Farnborough, to be honest, but that is a really, really good finish. There's nothing you can do against quality of that standard in any competition, really. But that is a really, really good goal from Farnborough. We're going to demand more from the lads because, again, going forward, we have been a little bit poor. The fact that they've created 4 times, going toward 5 times as many chances as we have, is telling in itself. So we've certainly got work to do here. I do want to make some substitutions, and this isn't quite as much of a pressuring system, but the players are getting tired very quickly. Unfortunately, we haven't got enough strength in depth at the moment, especially defensively, which is why we're looking at that centre back at the moment as well. Um, and we can only make 3 substitutions as well. So we're going to change both wingers, and we're going to bring Jamie Reynolds on at left back, and hopefully we can create something else in this game. As Bloomfield strikes there, but Akers does well. Like I say, Akers has done quite well in recent games as well. 2 clean sheets. He's been quite solid for us, which is always a good option, of course. And there's a free kick here for Farnborough, and it's going to be Holmes to strike it. And Holmes takes his time and strikes it, and it's gone wide of the post, just over as well. It was kind of over the corner part of the goal there, and it remains 1 apiece. And considering the number of chances created, I think we'll do very well to draw this game. Our defence is really struggling for fitness. If we can hold out until the end of the game for a 1-1 draw, I'll be quite happy. Like I say, we were predicted to finish bottom, so any points we'll quite happily take. I think the standard for these leagues, it tends to be around 40 to 50 points that you need to survive. If we can get to 40 points this season, I think it'll be a great achievement, considering the level that we have in the quality of the squad at the moment, especially with the signings we've made. Obviously, 3 of them are wingers, which we needed to bring in at that point, and all 3 of them are 16 years of age. So there is there is certainly things to be considering. Um, but not a bad result overall. Yes, Farnborough with a better team, but we did well to get the point, and hopefully we can confirm these other 2 signings. What I'll do, I'll just get through this next week off camera, and then we'll come back for that away game against Hemel Hempsted momentarily. Okay guys, here we go for the away game against Hemel Hempsted. First bit of news though is that we have our 2 new signings in. We've managed to keep them away from prying hands. Josh Okocha has come in at centre-back. He's a really, really good option for us. His heading, marking, tackling and positioning are what I've signed him for. He's a really, really solid option for us at centre-back, and he comes in as pretty much the best defender at the club. We're playing no-nonsense centre-back, so he's only 4-star rather than 4.5. But he's only 20, he's got plenty of room to improve. A really, really good signing. There was 2 other clubs in for Okocha, in Farnborough and Chelmsford, but we managed to beat them to his signing, and that is a really huge boost for us at centre back. And then we've got our main man up front as well. Jaden Smith has come in. He's got reasonably good composure at this level. He's quite quick as well. He's not very tall, so the target forward role has now been scrapped. We're doing an advanced forward role because of his pace. And as you can see, at ratings of 10, he is only 19 for a number of attributes. Ratings of 10, he will improve, and finishing of 13 as well. Hopefully, he will be a deadly finisher at this level. And a 4.5-star quality as an advanced forward, I think he will do outstanding. He was a free transfer originally, came through the youth system at Southampton. Really, really positive signing for us. And Okocha, was originally at West Ham. He played in the Southern Premier South, which is lower level than this at Hendon, but originally came through at West Ham. So we've got two really top class young players for this level, and I'm really, really happy to have them in the squad. And I think, yes, midfield needs work, but when you've got someone of that quality at this level, in Jaden Smith up front, I think we could do very, very well with them in the squad now, and I'm really, really happy to have them in. So here we go for the away game against Hemel Hempstead. I'm hoping for good performances from the new players. With considering our stature, we are paying them a lot of money. They're on £400 plus a week. We are over wage budget, but we needed to get them in to give us those options, and hopefully we can just push on a little bit in this game and try and get a good result. In comparison to us, Hemel Hempstead are in similar form, to be honest. We've had that one win so far. Hemel Hempstead are struggling as well in recent games. And I think Hemel Hempstead are actually, where are they in the league? They are above us in the league, but in terms of recent form, it's been quite close in terms of comparability between the two sides. So I'm hoping that the new boys can come in, will be still solid at the back, and Jaden Smith will hopefully grab us a couple of goals today. Burton here with a free kick, he whips it in. It's a good save by King. Good effort from the 16-year-old Burton there. Got the shot on target, which is all you need to ask for, really. And Seeger, from the resulting corner, looks to whip it in here, and it's toward the far post, and De Silva was there. It's cleared away, and Okocha heads it back in, but it's cleared away again. We're still fighting it out here with De Silva holding on to it in the end, and the highlight finishes. But we are creating opportunities. It's good to see. We are looking strong at the moment. Westbrook looking over the top. Greenidge couldn't win it in the air. Young plays it back to Ajayi, and he's fired it in, and Greenidge has ended up in. Brown knocked it on for Greenidge, and it's been disallowed for offside, I think. I thought the goal should have stood there, personally. But offside has been given. I won't complain. It's good for us. It remains 0-0. And Jaden Smith, of course, we've changed the role of our striker. He's now an advanced forward. We're asking the keeper to try and play it over the top. I was debating asking the keeper to distribute to the flanks, because obviously we've got the wide players, which have also got good quality. But we'll have to see how things go. Here's Greenup back in the side after his injury layoff. He loses out to Greenidge, who is certainly bullying one or two of our players at the moment, Greenidge, and he's in behind again here, Greenidge. Here he comes again. Akers can't keep it out, and this time the goal will stand. Jordan Greenidge with his second of the season, and defensively there, I'll be honest, we were quite poor, and that came from errors down that right-hand side. Billy Cracknell and Raul de Silva not doing very well there, and yet Raul de Silva has been one of the best players on the pitch, apparently. So we're approaching half time. I'm hoping it will remain 1-0, but Greenidge is in again. Eckers does well to get onto it, and I'm hoping for a good kick here from Eckers, and he does, but Jaden Smith doesn't really try to attack it, and Westbrook knocks it back forward again. Okocha does well to win the header, but only as far as Young, and again he knocks it over the top, and McKendy's in. It's 2-0. It's Route 1 stuff from Hemel Hempstead. We're 2-0 down now, and this has been a very poor performance so far from the boys. Um, yeah, it's difficult, really. We've created some good chances, but again, we're not doing very, very well going forward, and we are going to have to tweak tactically here and there, I think, just until we get it right. I mean, Jaden Smith's not had a sniff at goal whatsoever and has been poor today. Akers has got a free kick here, which he's going to launch long, looking over the top, and it's fallen maybe here for Jaden Smith, and he's done well to get onto it and strike it, but King makes a comfortable save, and it remains 2-0. A little bit more positive though, Akers actually found his man there, but there's a free kick here now for Hemel Hempstead. I'm not particularly happy with Ecker's positioning here. He's leaving that post completely open, and Young hits that area, and it's 3-0 now, and we are getting torn apart by Hemel Hempstead. We're going to demand more from the side because we've been very, very poor today. We've not looked like doing a lot in front of goal, and the new signings, I mean, Okocha, there's not a lot he can do about the set piece, and both the other goals came from that right-hand side, so there's certainly things that we need to improve. And McKendy's in behind again here. Akers does well that time, but Yeah, it's not looking good in this game at all. We're hanging on by a thread to not get thrashed at the moment in this match. And Hemel Hempstead are moving up toward the playoffs now. Jaden Smith, I mean, he's on a 5.9 rating. I think that's harsh on him, to be honest. He's just not been getting the ball. I mean, what can you do if you don't get the ball, you know? But I mean, it, this is the service area of the pitch. So the fullbacks are 6.2 and 6.1. Will Seager 6.1, Joe Reese 6.1, the wingers both on 6.1. There's been no creativity from the side whatsoever, and yeah, it's very much been a poor showing all round here. Jaden Smith does well, and Seager gets brought down. It's a red card for Jeremy McKendy, but it's too little too late from our point of view. There's no way we're going to get back into this game. Burton with a free kick here. Keeper's got similar positioning to Akers for the free kick that we conceded, and it's going to be Burton to strike it, I think, here. We're not going to make any substitutions. Burton does strike it. It's a really, really good free kick from Burton. It's his third of the season. The 16-year-old has had a good start to life here at Cheshunt, but it's too little too late. I mean, he scored a brilliant goal there, and his rating's only gone up to a 6.9, so that says how poor we've been. I mean, look at the ratings across the pitch. It's a very, very poor performance, all in all, and it was a really good free kick from Burton, but that is unacceptable, to be honest. We have got a lot to improve on with the side, and we need to have a good, strong look at the players at the moment. But unfortunately, with finances the way they are, we cannot just go out and sign people. It's really, really difficult. And yeah, there's a lot of struggles to be had at the moment. But hopefully we will improve to a point where we can at least get a few wins on the board and just steer ourselves a little bit further clear of that bottom four. Because at the moment, with that defeat, we have dropped back into it. Um, I am confident that eventually Jaden Smith will come good. I mean, himself and Okocha signed the day before this Hemel Hempstead match, so they've not had any time to bed in with the squad really. Um, Harry Burton, of course, he's got 3 goals this season. He's looking like our best outlet at the moment, despite having such a poor game. But I mean, you can see with the ratings there. I mean, Ken Charles. Nope, that's the wrong game. That one. Yeah, Pip Lado 6, Greenup 6.1, Joe Reese 6.2, Will Seager 6.1, Jaden 5.8. It's not good enough. We need team performances and we need everyone to contribute. We're very weak at fullback, but we just can't get anybody in. I've looked all over for fullbacks and we just cannot get any extra support into this squad at the moment. So we'll have to just make do and see how we get on. As such, start of the season we've had 1 win in 8, but at the same time we've only had 4 defeats. So at times we're looking quite solid, but when we're losing 3-1 each time, apart from that opening game of the season. So a lot to work on. Hopefully we will improve. We're going to come back for Chelmsford and Ebbsfleet at the start of October, and hopefully we can pick up a couple of wins here. We've got an FA Cup qualifying round against Plymouth Parkway from non-league. Hopefully we can get a good result there to just progress slightly in the FA Cup. Any contribution from the FA Cup in terms of financial backing is great. So the further we get in it, the more money we get. Hopefully it will help us develop the squad and develop the club as well, of course. There's a lot of work to do at this football club. But as you can see by the finances, we started off with £77,000 in the bank at the start of the season. We're now just into September and we're already in the red. So there's a lot of work to do at this club. Yes, we're overspending on wage budget, but there is no way that we couldn't do that if we had to strengthen the squad. So we'll see how we get on. And like I say, we'll come back for the start of October. And hopefully we can have an upturn in form as time goes on, and we'll hopefully end up safe come the end of the season. But until next time, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time, and this is Big Will signing away.